A divine greetings to the 13 tribes of Yasrael scattered in the four corners of the earth, and to the Gentiles called by the awesome fairy name of Abba Yehovah Elohim. This is the awesome fairy name that is above all name, eternal. Shabbat Shalom, much love and much prosperity attend you formally, for you are the only reason of our time like truth, because the time is simply near. Just as we see the days goes by, so draw nigh the coming of Yahushua HaMashiach. Just as the Malach of Yehovah saith unto Yehochanan, the revelator, seal not the prophecies of this book, for the time is simply near. Exactly what we are doing here, family. Decode the end times prophecies, signs, and dreams in preparing people like you, body like you, house like you, for the blessed returning of King Yahushua HaMashiach, our eternal bridegroom, to whom due eternally all glory, honor, power, riches, wealth, to the glory of his magnificent Abba, Yahweh, the Almighty, eternal. Ribobobo sikayaba. Hey, sikayaba. Ribobobo ho shandalabe. Ha, orobo sikayaba. Orobo sikayaba. Ha, orobo sikayaba. Orobo sandelebo. Ha, orobo sikayaba. Orobo sikayaba. Orobo sikayaba. Orobo sikayaba. Orobosikayaba. Abba Yahuwah is all that matters in this temple. Ribobosikayaba. Sikayaba. Orobosikayaba. Orobosikayaba. I just love it. Hallelujah. The most awesome, most powerful. Ribobosikayaba. Erebosikayaba, ha, ribosikayaba, sikayaba, orobosikayaba, ha, orobosikayaba. I just love Yahuwah. Hallelujah. And to the Ruach HaKodesh, I love him so much. To the Ruach HaKodesh, to the Ruach HaKodesh, eternally. All glory goes to the Ruach HaKodesh forevermore. All honor, worship goes to the Ruach HaKodesh eternally. All praise goes to the Ruach HaKodesh, my eternal husband. To the Ruach HaKodesh, to the Ruach HaKodesh is all that matters in this temple. Hallelujah. Ruach HaKodesh. Ruach HaKodesh. Hallelujah. Ruach HaKodesh. Sekei Yabo. Orobosika Yabo. Sekei Yabo say. Sekei Edurilabayo. Ruach HaKodesh. Sekei Yabo say. Durilabase. Imo satalabu, imo yatalabe, orobosika yabao, orobosika yabao, borobosika yaba, o borobosinde labo, sika yaba, borobosinde labo, Ruach HaKodesh. Sikayaba, I just love it. But it first do. Thank you, Abba, for the eternal breath, the Ruach HaKodesh, the eternal bloodline, the Ruach HaKodesh. Hey, 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 hey. Sikayaba, Sikayaba. I just love you, Abba. Thank you for giving me your most powerful, awesome, lovely path, the Ruach HaKodesh. I truly love it. I just love it. Hallelujah. Yes, Abba Yahuwah, you have been worshipped, praised, loved, served, honored, always, ever, eternal. Right in the temple of your eternal Hamid, your very Isha. For you are my Abba, also my eternal husband. I just love my Abba. I keep saying that. I just love my Abba. I love my Abba. This is true. I love my Abba. I love him, yes I do. I truly love Yahuwah. I love Yahuwah. I love my Abba. I love my Abba. I love Yahuwah. I love Yahuwah. Yes, I do. I love him. Horrible sin, Thank you, Abba. Bless you for such a wonderful day as today. Day Shabbat. Hallelujah. Eternal rest. All right, now, family, we want to touch on this again. We want to do it again. Man shall not live by bread only, but by every single word that proceeded out of the mouth of Abba Yahweh. We need to feed our spirit with soul and body. So we want to do it again. Here we are in the heavenly courtroom of Abba Yahweh with this powerful message started for you and me. Justice Nash and Co. are beauties. You that defend them are their fence. Throw stone or throw bullet. It hit the fence first. Hezekiah chapter 14, verses 10. So now I'm going to be taking practical, very simple illustration. I think about 80%, or should I put it, okay, let's say 50% of us, have that privilege to be a house owner, okay? So we know all the process. And moreover, the very finishing, which is the fence, okay? What are fence for? I'm going to be talking from the perspective of Nigeria, because I know for the one here in Europe is going to be, to beautify the house, okay? But I'm going to be speaking from the one in Africa, Nigeria precisely. We put fence, not that because we want to decorate our house, but for a divine protection from all these sinner boys on the street, okay? So we put fence to at least to make it a little bit difficult for them to break in, okay? So I'm going to be taking illustration for that, okay? So now these people, they are building Jeremiah Snake, Adebayo, the nonsense man, David Oyedepo, the bastard. Oh, your Jesus Christ pastor, they are all fools, okay? But we're going to be using the most notorious, the the bastard, Justice Nash. So we're going to be using him to illustrate all, because they are all nasty people. They are all demon carriers. They are all satanic building. And the causes of Yahuwah in Zechariah chapter 5 is in that house. That is the house Abba Yahuwah is speaking of. Now you that defend them, you are their fences. You are their fence. They used to surround their house. So now when you want to throw a stone, or you have any attack, or you want to carry against that house, first of all, you have to break through the fence. So what are we saying? Any danger or judgment coming first is going to hit you down, the fence. It's going to break you down. Actually, these people, that's what they are doing. They cast this spell on you, they bewitch you, they enchant you, for you to be having that deep love for them, that regardless who they are, how terrible they are, okay, how horrible they are, you're still not going to care. You still want to defend them. Why? Because you are their fence. So any arrow we is throwing is, first of all, is going to hit you. And that's what I want to prove to you now. So that when you are defending, you will know whom you are defending. Okay? Because Abba Yahuwah make it so clear that his angel is our fence. We're going to be going through all these scriptures, okay? So that any arrow demon wants to throw, it can't touch the angels. Why? Because there is no sin there. There is no iniquity in them. So it's going to be bouncing back to demon. But you are a sinner. You are just a ordinary flesh. Any arrow we cast, any weapon we release, because me are casting a bandit, the first Messiah and his prophet. Any arrow I throw through the mighty name of Yahuwah is coming direct. You can't bounce it away. The one Babalawo throw at them, you can't pass it away. The one from the witches and wizards, you can't pass it away at all. You will receive all those arrows going to pierce you. That's what we are saying. And that was the vision I just went through all this night. That was the vision. Different kinds of weapon in me. Oh, my body, somebody will come in with pour fire. The other will come in with throw stone. The other will come in, he will throw bullet. The other will be coming, he will throw a sword. Oh, my body was full of all kinds of weapons of destruction. Then the one used all these chains, strangling my neck. He said, this is what Jesus Christ pastor is doing. He said, this is what they are doing to his people in his kingdom. His people in their midst that is defending them. He said, any weapon, any arrow from any angle, you see as that arrow is coming, he just used me as illustration to illustrate what his people is going through in the camp of Jeremiah Omoto Fofoyin and Justice Sule and Nash and all this nonsense Jesus Christ pastor. It was horrible. They want to strangle me. They are not the one throwing that arrow, but any arrow trying to hit the house, it will first of all hit me down. And I also saw this vision about how many months ago, maybe about 5 months ago. Okay, I want to destroy Justice Suleiman. And this Justice Suleiman took my only son. He now began to use it to block. Because in that vision, I carried double Manchester. I carried double-edged sword in my hand. With that hanger, I said, I'm going to finish this man in his house. As I was coming, who was the blockage? It was my only son. If I want to cut him, he will use my son. He will just portray my son. He will hide behind my son. So he was not using my son as his covering. So in that vision, it was so difficult for me to destroy him. If I want to cut him, he will just present my son. If he will use my son to block me. If I go to say any part I want to cut him, my son was the blockage. He was not using my son, to defend himself, excuse me. He was tough in that vision. And I began to, I was so weak and tired because I couldn't destroy him as that hunger was in my heart. Then I began to ask, why is he using my son to block himself? He said, my only son, that is, Abayewa also used it as an illustration to let me know that his only people, few people of his, in his coven, this is what he's using. He's using them to block himself. That is, he's using them for a divine protection. That any arrow you want to throw, it will first of all hit you. So with that, I couldn't do nothing. So now, it was this morning, Abayewa gave me a clarity. And I gave it Genesis chapter 19. What did he say to Lot? He said, Lot, until you leave Sodom and Gomorrah, I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing. And that was why when Lot was delayed, and that was the reason why the angel grabbed his hand and grabbed his 2 daughters and lead them out. It's until you go, we can't do nothing. Until you come out from the camp of the enemy, how about your work cannot pour judgment because he's a merciful father. He don't want to destroy his own people in there. But as soon as you keep on delaying, as Lot's wife is, he says he's going to wipe you away with this judgment that is coming. Because Lot's wife still followed, that is the people of Yehovah being destroyed for lack of knowledge. So part of Abayewa is going to follow these false prophets because he's defending them. And Abayewa is not going to be keeping, drawing his hand back before he begin to let me know that he is the one. He want to slaughter. He want to slay. But it's few people, the elect among them, they are blocking his hand. They are making his hand to be withered. They are defending these nasty people. The very one that is so clear unto you that these are magicians, you are still defending him. So now I should go and address this message. I have other message like usual I wanted to speak of. Okay, but I said I should do this one first. So I want to look into the elect among these people. Abayewa said you are delaying his judgment. But if you don't go, some is going to be the wife of Lot. So that is Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So some people of Yehovah is going to follow these people. Okay. It's going to follow John Sisule says. It's going to follow Jerry Masnick, the bastard Adeboye, bastard David Oyedipo, bastard Joshua Gila, Joker, I call him Jokai Gila, bastard Christopher, bastard Christo Masturbator, or Yakinome, all of them, they are all bastard because they are demon carrier. Bastard Jesus. Anything that have to do with Jesus and all this, you are all bastards in Yahweh's mighty name. But judgment is coming. Are you going to run out of his camp? Okay. You want to be in the camp of Lot's wife? Fine. This is the foundational scripture. Let's first of all put in this before others. Ezekiel chapter 14 verses 10. And they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. Those are the first prophet, okay? The punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him. Did you see the punishment that is coming? I bet your wife is speaking because judgment is coming. You are not going to keep delaying him now. Some is going to go like Lot's wife. Because Lot's wife run for your life. You refuse, and you now begin to look back to John Cecily says. You now begin to look back to Jeremiah snake and all this nonsense Jesus, Pocky Jesus. Therefore, she followed them. Okay, but some is going to be cut free, while some will follow them. But you're going to be the liar because I bet your wife is not a man that should lie. Now you see this scripture. It said the punishment of the false prophet is the same as you that keep running to them. Is the same as you that is defending them. Is the same as you that keeps supporting them. Is the same. Without you, the defender of Joseph says, Joseph Nash is nothing. It's absolute rubbish. It's just ordinary. It's so empty. Nothing at all in him. It's so dry. Nothing. Remove all those wedger that is using to protect himself. I will beat that man mercilessly. You yourself, you can slap him, not he will. You see the why they call Dumeje, the nonsense of Dumeje. You see how that mopo slap him, beat nonsense out of him. What happened? Nothing, absolute. That is to show you that all Jesus Christ pastor, they are like that. No power, no divinity in them. They are just noisemaker. So you that is supporting them, you are the one that is making them to be important. Remove all those Egbe Wedger, all those bodyguards. They knew who they are, that they are just so empty. That is why they now begin to they now decide to be using all this Egbe Wedger, all this Mopo escort to protect themselves. Remove all those protection. You will see Justice Lessons on the street, you give him dirty slap. Nothing absolute will happen because there is no divinity, no power in them. They are just empty. So you are the one that is making them big. Meanwhile, they are so small. Nothing. They don't have no God of vengeance at all in there. That is why you are defending them. But when you go through scriptures, you're going to see that the genuine man of Yehovah is being defended by Yehovah. When you speak evil against them, what about Moshe, the one you call Moses? Go and read it. Numbers chapter 12. In fact, the prophetess of Yehovah, Mariam, when they speak negativity against Moses, I bet Yehovah punish her. He said, are you not afraid to speak against my prophet? Also, go and read 2 Kings chapter 2. I think from verses 19 to 20 something or so, when the 40 children mocked the prophet of Yehovah, he caught bear from the she bear from the bush. He slew all. If you don't speak against genuine prophet of Yehovah, what about Acts of Apostles chapter 5, where Sapphira and Ananias also tried to deceive Kepha? He also declared he happens. You don't mess around there because they carry fire inside of them. Okay? But you that is defending all these bastards, you are the one that makes them important. Nothing absolute in them. Okay? So you see, Abayewa said judgment is coming. He said, as he's going to beat against Joshua, says, all you that is defending him, he will also beat against too. So quickly, let's add one before we begin to put how you are now fence, or you are now the offense as a divine protection, like I saw in my vision. That was what I saw. Okay, now Isaiah chapter 5 verses 20. Listen, Woe unto them that call evil good. You know John Slay says it's evil. You know Jeremiah is evil, but you don't just care because they have already cast spell on you for you to have that wicked love for them that you don't care about the truth anymore. In fact, when the truth about John Slay says or John Slay Nash or John Slay Woman now revealed, many knew that all this allegation, come on now, it's no more allegation, it's real. He did it. So they don't defend him anymore. That no, all these women they are just lying against. No, they don't say that anymore. So we'll go and quote Solomon. And say Solomon, well, after all, Solomon was having 1,000 wives, but they will forget the judgment that follows. Solomon never deceived nobody. He was having 1,000 women, but he did it publicly. He never hide it. He put all in his house, and he dropped the Bible. He now be Jerusalem is a cultist. Jeremiah, they are all cultists. Drop Bible and practice what you believe. Jerusalem is a porn star. He's a porn star. Drop the Bible. Because that's what Solomon did. He dropped the Bible. He dropped Jehovah. He now go for stone wood. He did it publicly. Okay, when you read, I think 1 Kings chapter 11, you're going to see it over there. He now began to worship the god of vagina. He said he now began to worship the god of his wives. He dropped Yahweh because these are two different things. You can't bring it together. It's going to be strong blasphemy. So for him to be in the side of sinner, he dropped the Bible. He break off the covenant. He now began to serve stone and wood, and he did it publicly. He built altar for stone and wood. He built altar for the gods of his wives. He now began to sacrifice unto them. He never deceived nobody. But Joshua says, okay, now you said it's Solomon, but why is he still holding Bible? Let it drop the Bible. Jeremiah, all of you drop the Bible. Okay, so they never say he did it anymore. They never said is innocent anymore. They will now begin to use Solomon to defend him. So which means you know he's evil. You now begin to call him good. He said, woe unto, what is woe? Sorrow, destruction. That's what is coming. One, I read Genesis 19. And me, I know the judgment is coming already. That's why I left my comfort zone and I sat at the gate. And the angel is going to meet me there. Because that is where the judgment begins. Okay? We will first of all hit the fence before we not get through. And that was why Lord saw the two angels first. Okay, then I said, they gave him the news right at the gate, at the fence, and say, come on, you cannot keep, be a divine protection for Sodom and Gomorrah. We want him to leave before we can rain judgment on them, before we can overthrow them, because before we can rain fire of brimstone. And until Lot did that, they were unable to carry out or to execute that judgment. And when they now say that Lot, we had, delayed them, they grab his two hands and his daughters and just push them out and say, run for your life. If you look back, you're gonna be swept away. That is also my prayer, that as Abba Yewa illustrated, he used my son to illustrate it. He also used me to illustrate it. That is the son and the sons and the daughters of the kingdom. It was just my prayer that Abba Yewa grab their hand. The one that is still delayed, please grab their hand and push them out by anyhow from this satanic coven in order for you to rain judgment on them. Okay, so now I say, woe unto you. These people are evil. They knew he's evil, but they will say this. They say, I don't care. Even though you bring out his video where he was knocking you, still we will still love him. That was the comment when I read it, I just shook my head. I said, this one, they are gone. Okay, still we will still love him. We don't care. So he said, but woe unto you, because the judgment of Suleiman is also your judgment. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for a bitter. Because when you now begin to defend evil, whereby these people, they are guilt, come on now, you are on that course. But judgment is coming. That's what we are saying. If Jesus Christ is divine, oh no, come on now. Nigeria, where he resides, is a land of darkness. Nothing absolute work in that country. No security, no road, no water, no job, no light. Everything is gone. It's total wilderness. So where is Jesus doing? Anyways, let's put some more. All right, let's put the sign. Matthew 24, verses 1 and 2. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. Listen, 2. And Yahushua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. This is the judgment that is coming. Say, you see all these mansions. Go and check John Cecilius' house. All these people, they are luxury lifestyles. All these things Jesus used, to decorate his career that is helping him to propagate lies in the four corners of the earth. Yahushua said, no one will be left. That is the judgment that is coming. That is Sodom and Gomorrah. He said, no one. He said, tell me which one is going to be left that will not be taken down. So what is he saying? Both you, the offense, and they, the buildings, you are all going down like Sodom and Gomorrah. That's what he said. You're not going to believe this message, are you? No. Wait until you see. Then you're going to become Lot's wife. You want to see. Instead of you to run out of their camp, you want to wait and see. Then you're going to be Lot's wife. You're going to be Lot's wife because a lot of weapons has already pierced you. Okay? So you're going to be Lot's wife. So this is the sign of his coming. So when he's coming back to this earth, he said, tell me which temple. He said, all of them is going down. Now, quickly, let's rush to verses 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Now, this is a biblical Messiah speaking, not Paco Jesus from the pit of hell. King Yahushua HaMashiach said, people is going to hate me because of what? Because of his name that I've taken into my soul. He said, I'm going to be hated for that. Check out my followers. There are few, they hate me. What names have they not called me? Jezebel, this from the pit of hell, which Delilah, Elelele, Ilalalala, Isekete, Isokoto, Boba, Isokoto, Molo. What name? It is not the let me be. It is not I get that, space from them when they now see that I am unstoppable. They're not left me. They're not left me. They don't follow. They are still there in my page, because they are still there. But they don't follow my message anymore. But they don't unfollow. They don't delete them. They are still there. When I check the number, in fact, when I look at YouTube, they are subscribing. So when I talk about the one that suits their heart, they will follow me for that. The one that blasts Jesus and their bastard, for you to see how much love of men in their heart. And they are the one doing it. This is how they are doing it. If, like, you are a lover of Justice Sule says, if I begin to bombard Jeremiah Snake, you will like that message because I did not touch your bastard papa. But when I also leave Jeremiah Snake to touch Sule says, for that, I'm Jezebel. That is their camp. That is what they do. Now, Yahushua said, because of his name's sake, the one that talk about his name, they said they're going to hate you for that reason. They said for my name's sake, you're going to be hated by all nations. Now, come on now. This is not Jesus, people. Jesus is loved in every corners of the earth. In fact, Jesus is in Islam. Any Muslim that insult Jesus, you will know that one is hypocrite. He doesn't know his Quran. Quran elevates Jesus to godhood. Quran, oh no, they promote Jesus. They said he's the judge. He's coming for judgment. Quran recognized Jesus. Quran also said that Jesus is coming to become a radical Muslim to convert the whole world to Allah. So Quran respects Jesus so much. Okay. Now secular world, the birthday of Jesus is being celebrated, honored. Come on now. Sunday, the day they said their Jesus rose, is a day of their rest. It's being honored. Pentecost, the day that they said Jesus said ghost fire to them, because that is not ours, okay? The day they said Jesus said ghost fire to them, what happened? The whole world recognized that. They will give public holiday, Easter Monday, Easter Sunday. They don't know work. Oh no. Christmas, the same. Oh, cool. Hey. So don't tell me that is the person that is hated. No, the whole world love Jesus. Okay. They love that name, Jesus. Paco. Hey, Paco, Jesus from the bottomless pit. They love it. Okay. Now, the day they also said Jesus ascend, the world recognize that. Okay. They will also give public holidays for it. So what about the biblical Messiah's name? You don't know it. So me that is trying to let you know, you will hate me for that reason. Because I can never be revealing Yehoshua to you. Still hold Jesus in my anus. No. I will shit him out because he's a poo. Jesus is a poo, okay? I will just pass him out of my anus. It's unclean. Okay? So in order for you to establish the truth, you need to expose the lie. That is how it works. So for that you hate me, isn't it? You hate me. I don't even need you to tell me that you hate me. Of course I know you hate me with passion. But who cares? So that's what we are saying. So Jesus is being loved. And Yahushua said, for his name's sake, I'm going to be hate. And that is true. The whole world hates Yahushua. The whole world don't even know when is his birthday. They don't know the day he ascended. They don't know about his crucifixion. They don't know about his feast. They don't know nothing. Absolute. Shabbat. Did you know Shabbat? No. You defy today. And you're going to keep sun tomorrow. So are you going to be saying this is Jesus talking here? Of course no. Of course no. But their fruit, oh. Christian is the fruit of Jesus Christ from the bottomless pit. All right, let's still put some more. Like I said, Jesus Christ is there, from the bottomless pit. Okay, I don't honor him. I hate him. Okay, because he's the first Messiah. Because there's no way I can love Yahushua. I will be saying the same time I love Jesus. No, that I'm gonna be hypocrite or a confused element. Okay, so I have to drop one and take one. Yahushua is mine. I pick Yahushua eternal. And I drop Jesus. Like I said, I shit him out of my anus, okay? If this is Sanyegihin, know if I wait toilet in it. I've already, shit him out of my anus. His faces into the bottomless pit from where he comes, okay? He came from there. I return it back there. So I have to pick one. Like I choose Shabbat and I reject Sunday, okay? It's like that. You can't hold it too. Yahushua said you cannot serve money and serve him. No. You must pick one out of the two. So that is why I choose Yahushua HaMashiach and I reject Jesus eternal. Because he's the first Messiah and by his fruit. Yeshua knows them. So who is his fruit? Is Christian. So check out Christian. And that is Jesus. Now listen, I want to just polite you. And then I will return back to this message again because this vision this morning was so huge. The illustration, so unspeakable. And this is the second time. First of all, I saw that vision in my only son's life. I want to slay John Suleiman. He will just portray my son to me. And he will hide behind my son back. If I want to cut him from the back, I don't know how he's doing it. It's my son I will see. If I want to cut the other side, it's my son I will see. So my son will begin to serve as his defense. My son will begin to serve as a divine protection for him that I cannot reach him. My son will begin to serve as his bulletproof. That whatever I want, I will hit my son. For that, I drew back my hand. Abba Yahweh said, you the elect. That is what you are doing to him. Because you are his. You are his. You are defending his enemy. I fear if I haven't to really put all the scriptures. Nevertheless, I will do it again. All right, now let's start from here. Romans chapter 1 verses 20. Listen. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen. How do we see the spiritual world? The invisible simply means the spirituality. Now we want to judge or dive into spirituality through physically. Okay, through physical things. The very one you know and the very one I know. I take it again. Romans chapter 1 verses 20. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, be understood by the things that are made, even his power, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. He said you're not going to be denied this. You don't have no excuse at all for this very expose. Now listen, like I said, I'm privileged by Abba Yehovah's grace, you know, to own a house. That is a landlady. Mm. Now, I put a fence. So that fence, what did I put it for? For a divine protection. In fact, I also electrified it. We are still on it, okay? This is the second year building of that house. So the third year is going to be the opening by Abba Yehovah's grace. And I will also put it here on Facebook. Okay? So this fence, there is electric. Why? We do so much to protect ourselves. That before all these senior guys on the street, could come in, that we are not going to make it easy for them. At least difficult. Okay? So that is why we put all these things for divine protection for us inside. So whenever they are coming, first of all, they're going to hit the fence, which you are for these useless pastors. So whatever, any judgment from the witch's coven, wizard coven, kingdom of darkness being released into these guys, first of all, you that defend is going to hit you first. That's it. Just like a house. Throw stone. They will pass on the fence first before he get inside the house. So you are the fence. And they knew what they are doing. They are using you to protect them. So you are their divine protection. To be protected them. That is why John Sule says, or John Sule Nash, have this group called Social Media Eyes. It's also paying for them. Jeremiah Snake also have. That is why you see them doing damage control all over the places. Yes, they know what they are doing. So listen now. Whenever we see them doing damage control for the things, they want to make fool of our intelligence, of our intellectual. In fact, blessed Abba Yehovah give unto us to raise it as human being. You want to make fool of that? The pastor Joseph says wife called Lizzie, native daughter Lizzie Demo. She said that a ghost told her to be praying that they that is dragging your husband on the internet, drag them in the secret. Thunder fire Lizzie. Thunder strike you, Yahweh's mighty name. This is so clear. So you want to make fun of our intellectual? You are mad. Oh, go and worry your own Lizzie. We are woman to woman. They can't beat you. I go beat you. I go flog you because all your protection is about to be destroyed. Oh, go nasty woman. When I listen to her, that a ghost now told her, they that is dragging your husband on the internet, go to your secret place and drag. Thunder strike you here. What's my name? What are you saying? This is so clear. You can't roll it away. Okay. Now, judgment is coming for you. Judgment is coming for you. So those are they with this bastard woman. She's in Italy. She calls herself self-love. I hate that one with passion. Doing damage control for all these people. She will do for Jeremiah. She will do for Sulesen. She will do for any Jesus Christ pastor. I say, thunder strike you. You are an adult woman. You call yourself self-love beauty. Thunder strike you. In Jehovah's mighty, thunder strike you. In the mighty name of Jehovah. I hate people doing that because you are not making full of our intellectual blessing. I bet you are blessed our sense of reasoning. Okay? But what I will say, they are defense. So whenever I see that, I will put red head. I don't come. I don't have time for their nonsense. Okay? But some people will be sorry for these people. Go and check their comment section. Anyone that is making damage control for Jeremiah or just listen, go and see curses they are raining upon them. That curses cannot go to these pastors, but it will come to you that is defending them. That is the vision I saw. So we'll stay put some more. So house is our perfect illustration. You will first of all hit the fence. And you are the fence of this horrible set of people. Justice Nash. So let's still put some more. I think no room to establish all this, okay, but nevertheless, quickly, let's see what is protecting us as a believer. Who is our fence? This is what Abba Yehovah used to fence our lives spiritually. So the physical world is going to be, or rather, it's going to navigate you into the spiritual realm. Now let's see, Psalms chapter 34, verse 7. The angel of Yehovah encamp around about them that fear him delivereth them. He said the angel of Jehovah is surrounds you. He encamp you, they surrounds you all over. That he said they will deliver you. How are they going to be delivering you? This is what Joyce says. Defender is also for Joyce says and co. Now Psalm 91 verses 10 through 12. There shall there shall no evil before thee, neither shall any plague nigh thee, come nigh thy dwelling. 11. For he shall give his angels a charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. Night and day, we have that divine fences around us, which are angel 12. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Now, for you, for the stone of the enemy not to hit you, they're going to carry you. Like if they dig some pit, if you cannot jump it because of the sinful nature, what are fear for the angel is going to carry you fly. It's going to flew you. Then you will jump and pass. This is what the angel do. Exactly what you are for Jerusalem says and co. Any pit we dug from Jerusalem, you are the one to fall on it because you are the one protecting him. You are the one guiding him. Because the pit, the witches and wizards not dig for Jerusalem, they don't care whether you are innocent or you are not. You will fall on it. That's what we are saying. But for that of Abba, it will not allow you to fall on it. That is why this message is coming out. He wanted to carry their sin on their head. But as you keep refusing it, fearful, you're going to become Lot's wife. You're going to be so sauté. Because it's also a ministry. And Yahushua said we should remember Lot's wife. And this is how we are remembering Lot's wife. Luke chapter 17, verses 26 through 31. Verses 31 said we should remember Lot's wife. That is, we should remember the ministry of Lot's wife. That some people, the people of the book, the elect, they choose it, also going to become the pillar of salt. Why? Because they look back to wickedness. They are calling evil good. They are calling light darkness, and they are calling darkness light. Fearful. You're going to become pillar of salt. Now, Psalm 125, verses 2. As the mountains are around about Jerusalem, so Yahuwah is around about his people from henceforth, even forever. Because if you don't give us that divine protection, that's it. And this is what you are. You that is defending these bastards, Jesus and all these bastards, magicians. That is what you are unto them. But what are we saying? Judgment is coming. You're going to fall into that pit. You defending wickedness. Run out of them, my people, says Yahuwah. Now, what happened? I'm only going to be talking now. When you read Joshua chapter 6, the one you call Joshua, okay, it is Yah. So this is the biblical Messiah's name. Joshua simply means salvation, okay? Now, listen. When you read it, what was Jericho? Blockage, stubborn block to glory, to rest. They want to keep, push us back to the bondage of Egypt. They want to keep, pushing us back to living in a dry land, in the barren land, in the wilderness, in the darkness, in the land of suffering. So they now became a stubborn block to rest. Okay, we must cross over. So what was the problem? Jericho built their fence so tight you can't pass through. So when Abayawa overthrown Jericho, what he said that fence went down. As soon as that fence go down, every other thing follows. That's it, follows. Okay. Now, let me also quickly quote another scriptures. I will redo this message again because it's a message of all times. Now, 1 Kings chapter 22, verses 29 through 33. Okay, let me also quote the other one. 2 Chronicles chapter 19, verses 2. You love it, the one Abayawa hates. It said judgment is fearful, is going to bring battle to you. Isaiah 5:20, I quote that already. Yeah, Ezekiel 14:10. Okay, Revelation 8:14. That is our message. This is the nature of this message, okay? This is the nature of this message. Come out of my people. So that you don't share from our plague. Okay, quickly, let's read the 1 Kings. Okay, let's do that. So read all chapter 19, no 22, excuse me, First Kings chapter 22. Read it all. Okay, you're gonna see how they are doing this wicked exchange. If you keep supporting wicked people, let's see what is going to happen. Now I read from 29. So the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat, the king of Yehudah, went up to Ramoth Gilead. 30. And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, I will disguise myself and enter into the battle, but put thou on thy ropes. And the king of Israel disguised himself and went into the battle. See what happened. Exchange, okay, 31. But the king of Syria commanded his 32 captains that had rule over his chariots, saying, Fight neither with a small nor great, save only with the king of Israel, this Ahab, okay, 32. And it came to pass, where the captains of the chariots saw Jehoshaphat, that they said, Surely it is the king of Israel, which is the king Ahab. And they turned as, okay, surely is the king, okay, the king of Israel. And they turned aside to fight against him. And Jehoshaphat cried out. And it came to pass when the captains of the chariots perceived that it was not the king of Israel, that they turned back from pursuing him. So what did he do? Ahab, the wicked king, now say, okay, we are going to battle. You now, because you're going to defend me, you're going to defend, you're going to become a fence unto me. So put on disguise as if you are mine, or yes, just enter into the battle that you are mine, or you are the king of Israel, which is Ahab. You are Ahab. So me not going to enter as Jehoshaphat. So when the enemy saw him, they wanted to brutalize him, but they cried out. Abayewa saved him. Why? Because he have done many good things for the kingdom. So for that, Abayewa still bring battle. That is First Chronicle chapter 20. Go and read it. But Abayewa raised about 4 nations to battle against him, since you will need war. Okay, but why? Abayewa still consider him, because he have done a lot of good for the kingdom. So that was what Abayewa said to him. So this is what they are using to do spiritually. Okay, assuming there was no repentance or there was no good thing at all in the king of Yehuda, Jehoshaphat, what happened? They're going to slew him. So you're going to die instead of Ahab. Skip ready. Ahab died in his wickedness. As soon as you come out from these people, they're going to die in their wickedness. That is what Abayewa said. Revelation chapter 18 verses 4. He said, come out of her, my people, so that you don't share from our plagues. Plagues is coming, so that you will not be punished for what you know nothing about, so that you will not be punished along with wickedness. Come out from there. Stop being their face. Stop defending them. Call what is evil, evil. Call what is good, good. That is what Abayewa saying through this segment. Come out of her, so that they don't use you for exchange, so that they don't use you to disguise into battle, so that they don't use you to protect themselves as a divine protection, so that you don't die in their stand. They are Arabs. Let them die in their wickedness. Why you, the Jehoshaphat, will be saved, is my prayer. Thank you, Abba Yehovah. Bless your holy mighty name. Hallelujah.